Okay, welcome to Hatchet YouTube, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get Olympian Godbreaker. Okay, so first, you want to go to Atlantis entrance, and then you want to go down the Grand Reef, and I'll probably make a video how to get to Atlantis in a different video. So then you go down here, you don't need Tidebreaker or anything, just swim down here, down to Wrath of Olympus. And there is quests you have to do here. Like you have to, there's a guy over here that usually stands, there's a guard over there, and then, where's it at? There should be a sword stand somewhere over here. Let me find it. Right there. So you gotta find swords around the lair, and you'll get them in your inventory, and you have to hold them out, and you have to put them all here, and then there's a guard that's gonna be satisfied, and then after that this door will open, or not, no, wait, yes, this door will open, and you'll be able to get in here, and then after you do some other quests, you get Bellona's War Axe, and in order to get that, so if you already done that sword quest, you have to come over to, it's over here, just give me a second, you have to come over here, and there's a guard right there. He wants 5 shield shards. You can pick a few shield shards around Bellona's lair, and then you have to catch one of them, and it's called the bloody shield shard. And then this is the Legionnaire Lamprey. You have to catch this, and then I'll show you what you do after you catch it. So I would recommend Ruinous Oath. If you have Castbound Mastery, use Castbound Mastery, or use Castbound or whatever. If you have Luminescent Oath, use Luminescent Oath. And then after you catch Legionnaire Lamprey, before you catch the Legionnaire Lamprey, you have to fish with a disturbance rod, like Plague River, and if you fish long enough, there will be a war surge, and it'll say over here, and when there's a war surge, you have to catch a certain amount of fish, and then the Legionnaire Lamprey will spawn where I was just at with the shield guy. And then after you catch the Legionnaire Lamprey, you'll get this minigame, and you gotta survive, and I'll try to show you how to survive. You gotta dodge the arrows, dodge the swords, and you gotta last for how long the minigame is. Here's 40 seconds left. Okay. Oh, there. 30 seconds left, and then it's gonna say Bellona's and Rages, and it makes the minigame harder. So that's really when you gotta lock in. Or intensifies, there it is. Okay, you just gotta dodge everything. It's not like catching a fish, you just gotta dodge everything. Accidentally got hit 2 times. Bellona's Fury makes it even harder. There's 5 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you win. And then the seal breaks, and then you can go to Apollo's lair. So when you get down to Apollo's lair, you're gonna want to go to the instruments, and it'll be this instrument, and then this instrument, and then that instrument over there, and then this instrument here, and then the last one's over here, and it's the harp right there. And then after that, you gotta fish with a disturbance, or no, you gotta turn all these mirrors to the middle. Turn all of them to the middle, like that, like that, crafting it. Hold on. Like that. Like that. And over here, you have to turn this one to the middle. And then you gotta turn this one to the middle. Looks like somebody else is already doing Olympian double. And then it should be like that. And then you fish with the disturbance rod and the light beams. And then if you do that for long enough, there will be something called a solar chorus. And while there's a solar chorus, every panel you see like this, you have to fish next to it, and then it will get lit up. And then you have to catch fish in the thing, in the light beams, while there's a solar chorus. And there will be a helio sunray that spawns. And then you go catch that, and then I'll show you the minigame in a minute. Look, solar chorus. So I'll go ahead and spawn this, or no. And then you gotta pop an eclipse with the helio sunray spawned. Or no, you gotta catch the helio sunray during an eclipse. And then over here, you will be able to see the Apollo sunshot. And then, like I said, for the last layer, use the same rod you did last layer. And then you will get this minigame, and I will show you how to survive. This one's easier than the first one. You just gotta dodge that. Dodge that. Okay, I accidentally got hit there. Dodge that. Dodge that. Dodge that. Dodge that. Okay, so it's gonna get harder. And there will be light beams like that. You just gotta dodge it. Dodge it. Dodge it. Oh crap. Dodge it. Okay. Now there's gonna be a bunch of those. Oh my gosh, I'm getting destroyed. Okay, I'm definitely gonna die here, but yeah, y'all got that. But if you complete that minigame, after you fish up the helio sunray, you will come here, and I'd recommend using trident rod. And all these pillars, there has to be a storm flood, which I'll show you how to get in a minute. And you see all of these pillars with the symbols on it. You have to put an Atlantean or like King's Blessing fish on it. And then if you fish with a rod like Poseidon's rod, or any rod that has disturbance, like this has 6 disturbance for the storm flood, you do that, you catch, or you get the storm flood, and then you fish with more disturbance, and then Tide Crasher Archon will spawn. Same rod you used for the last layer, you use on this layer. So you catch that, and then you do this minigame. You get a pretty small bar, so it should be pretty easy. I haven't done this in a while. Yep. Just like that. Dodge that, dodge that. Okay. Tide intensifies, that means it gets harder. You dodge all of that. Okay. Dodge that. Dodge all that. Dodge that. Storm surges gonna be even harder. Dodge those. Get out of that, because that's gonna hurt you if you're inside of that. Poseidon's are out, that means it's gonna be harder. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so seal broken. That means you can go to the next layer. So let me fish so I don't die real quick. Okay, so like I said, you put Atlantean fish and all those pillars during a storm flood, and there will be a door that opens, and the Poseidon's Lantern is in there. By the way, you have to complete the bestiary in the desired place for the desired rod. Okay. Now Zeus, Thunder of Chaos. So in order to spawn the Kiruanu worm, you have to use either a Zeus rod or a high disturbance rod. And then after you spawn it, you go and catch it. But for the Zeus's Thunder Maw, you have to okay, let me show you real quick. If you fish for a little bit, see, it hurts me, that's why you fish with the Zeus rod. Hold on. Let me see if I can just get a charge from this. Okay, anyways, if you fish with the Zeus rod or something, see, it'll say like static or something, and then you'll have a lightning aura on your body, and you gotta walk on one of these batteries or poles, and you gotta do that for those two, I think. Yeah, those two, those two, those two, those two, that one, that one, that one, and that one, that one. And after you do that, you gotta pull this lever, and this will open. And if you have the bestiary and stuff, you go up there and buy the Thunder Maw. And then after you spawn the Kiranu worm in, you will get a mini game, and I'll show you the mini game. Okay. And this one isn't hard either. Just go move your bar away from the blue circles. And the blue exclamation mark, you gotta keep your bar away from that. And that thunder, or the lightning strike, you gotta keep your bar out of the lightning strike. So you just keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, I touched that. See, you get hit by that. And then 13 seconds left, 12, 11, 10. Okay, so dodge that. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Then this seal breaks. And then you go down to Hades' lair. Okay, so you gotta catch Wisp and Dark Wisp. So you have to go up to a grave, and if you have one Dark Wisp, it'll say that tomb consumed your wisp, but it will eventually say a soul pool has spawned. A soul pool has appeared somewhere nearby, and what you do is you find your fish radar. Hold on, fish radar. You hold it out, put it back, and then you see the soul pool. Or you can talk to this guy, and he'll give you sight. And I don't know what that's for, but for this guy, you're gonna need 50 wisp. For this guy, you're gonna need 25 dark wisp. And you're also gonna want to talk to this guy to buy the Styx lantern, and that's what you need to be able to see in the maze to get the Hades rod. And in order to spawn the Styx angler, you have to fish in a soul pool until it says Soul Scourge, and then you gotta fish in the Soul Scourge, and then it'll say the Styx angler is stirring in the water. But you gotta fish in the Soul Scourge in the soul pools, so you just gotta keep the soul pools up. And I'll show you how to do this. Let me find my Styx lantern. There we go. So you just go straight, you go right, I think, you go left, you keep straight, right, left, straight, Right, and this is where the ghost is. If you're gonna do Lullaby Quest, it's the 12 lost glowfish. Twilight glowfish. 12 lost twilight glowfish for Lullaby. But if you go over here and then you go right, or if you just have velocity coil, it's way easier, but you can see that green. And if you can make it to here by doing all that, you can buy the soul scythe. It's 25 million. But after you buy it, you'll die and get teleported to the top or to the start of the maze. And then you're gonna want to make sure when you go to Bologna, get the bestiary done, get the bestiary done, get the bestiary done, get the bestiary done, and then get the bestiary done. And then you're gonna want to make sure you have 50 million in order. So you see somebody in my server's already caught the devil, but the water's back because y'all saw the devil earlier. And then once you catch the devil, the water drains and there's a portal. And if you have all the bestiaries done, not including Olympian Fisher, if you go down there, you'll see the Godbreaker and you can buy it for 50 million. But in order to spawn the devil for Bologna, you have to fish with Bologna War Axe. Okay. Cut that from the video, bro. Okay. So since I died, okay, so you get the Bologna War Axe from Bologna's Frenzy of War. You fish with the Bologna War Axe at Bologna's place. It'll say an ancient presence stirs. And after that, fish in Apollo's, and it'll say the god's gazes pierce your being, and then you fish in Poseidon's, and it'll say something else, I forget what it says. And then after you do Zeus, it'll say divine spirits converge into the depths. And then after you do Hades, it says the Olympian devil has spawned. But you can do it in any way you can do it. Just, I would recommend doing Bologna, then Apollo, then Poseidon, then Zeus, then Hades. But you could do Hades, then Zeus, then Poseidon, then Apollo, then Bologna. Just make sure, the first one will say ancient presence stirs, second one will say God's gazes pierce your being. I forget what the third one says. The fourth one says divine spirits converge in the depths. The fifth one is the Olympian devil spawning. And then you spawn the Olympian devil. If you have Try Hard Rod, I would recommend doing that. Or if one of your friends has Try Hard Rod, I would try doing that. If one of your friends has Ruinous Oath, that's also good. And you can also use Bloomspire, which is only for Noise Swarm's quest. But if you catch it with Bloomspire, the longer you keep it on your line with Bloomspire, the more slashes you get. So that's the easiest to catch it with. And after you catch it, like I said, you go down and you'll see the Godbreaker and you buy it for 50 million. But let me check. So Bologna, let me check how much Bologna this is. Oh, it's blocked, but you can go back and you'll see it's like 15 mil. But I would say, if I were you and I just started the Wrath of Olympus, I would save up at least 200 mil for all of this. And when I get to 50 subscribers, I will be giving away 2 Wrath Sills and 2 Wrath Floppies. So if you want that, make sure to tune in for that. But thank you for watching Hatchet or me on YouTube. Please subscribe, that would be very appreciated. And I will be giving away 2 Oniri Falcon sets at 50 subscribers. And I'll get to try to boot some other time. But this is the Oniri Falcons that you can get. It's level locked at level 1000. So make sure level 1000. And once I have 50 followers, I will be live on Fisch helping people. So thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe. Have a blessed day. Peace out.